I see Imprint is increasing their limited edition up to 2,000 now. Uh, I just happened to follow this YouTuber, and he was talking about how limited edition Imprint is you know they're gonna make more like the Halloween series. So anyway, I was reading this and I was trying to talk to this camera at the same time. Uh, there's physical collectors out there, and I follow this guy. I like this guy a lot, but he was talking about how limited edition should be limited edition. So I was sitting there and I was listening to him, and I understand what he's saying, but I ain't gonna lie, you guys. This room in here, this room is my living room / entertainment room / video game playing room / my YouTube is just fun things. So I just throw up videos, and I got some more subscribers. I want to say a big thank you to you guys. So his video makes a lot of sense, but my video to that is like, I was like, holy crap, they're gonna make another 1,000 more. So I was looking at some of the comments, and they were saying stuff like, if the scalpers went and bought a bunch of them up, they're gonna be mad because Imprint's making 1,000 more. So I thought that was kind of funny when they made that comment. And then some people said, who cares? Now, here's my take. If I was to buy that, and I told you guys, you folks out there, this room has got a couch, and it's got this entertainment system. But if this whole wall was like open over here and part of this wall, oh, heck yeah, man, I'd have a shelf, and I ain't lying. I would, like my gym room back there, that's a bedroom, because I got a 2-bedroom apartment. I got a gym room back there. I sunk almost $2,300 in gym equipment. I don't have to have a gym membership. So I would have that as a / video collecting gaming room or something. But like I said, somebody on here said this is a scalper's worst nightmare, because if scalpers bought that 1,000, 1,000 Imprint Halloween, now Imprint's making another 1,000, which is 2,000, right? So limited edition to people like us. I ain't gonna lie. Ever since I started I've always liked having stuff so I can feel in my hands. But even as old as I am, at 66, even when I was younger, I liked having VHS. I wish I would have kept at least a few, like 10 of them, just kept 10 of them just as a collector's thing. But when I look at my physical collection, I really love looking at it. I love picking it up and feeling it, just like I buy books to read, and I really need to start reading some of those, but I only got like maybe 3. But I just love the cover art. I love the way the book feels. But, they said physical collectors are dying out and everybody's just going all digital. So my thing is 2,000 copies, y'all. That's still limited. That's limited. Let's just say hypothetically you got 2.5 billion people that just does everything. They download everything digital. They download their video games. They buy all their movies digital on a digital platform, whatever platform that is, right? And you got 250,000 collectors. So 2,050 collectors. 250,000 people that collects physical copies. Let's just say that. They like collecting physical copies. But you got let's just say you got 1.5 billion or 2.5 billion people that they just do everything digital. They pre-order it on digital. They buy it off these sites, and it's ready to watch instantly. Just like that, right? So if you're going to add 1,000 more to the 1,000 that you said was supposed to be a limited edition, Isn't that still limited? That's still limited. I'm going to tell you this. 6,000 copies is still limited. 6,000 copies is still limited. 6,000 is still limited. I know you might say, well, that's a lot of copies. I don't care, man. If you have 150,000 diehard collectors out there, that I'm talking about the ones that's got the rooms and the one that's really into it, like I would be if I had a spare room, that's still limited. Now, at the end of the day, man, I think this is nice. And you could say, well, Imprint's only doing that because they made money. Of course, that's why you do what you do. I go to job because I need money. I need my job because I need money. I need my health because I need money. I need this body because I need money. I need to take care of this body and mind because I need money. I need to go to work so I can get money. They're in the business to make money. So I have seen zero things. I see zero problems with this. Yeah, $400. But let's just say hypothetically, it could be multiple reasons why they did this. Maybe it got sold out right away. Maybe they found out people was upset right away and they didn't make enough. Or maybe they found out there was a few scalpers. They got a hold of them and people can't get a hold of them. Maybe they looked and seen on eBay that somebody might have pre-orders up for Halloween from Imprint, and they realized that these people bought a bunch of them up and they jacked the price up. See what I'm saying here? Because there are people likes collecting. And that's another thing that freaks me out is everybody keeps talking about physical. Video game industry is a little different than the movies because you'll have the movie when you buy a movie, you have the whole movie on there unless they cut something out. But when you play a video game, video industry is getting to the point where they're trying to get you to need something in their system so you could like get partial game on a disc. I want the full game on a disc, and unfortunately, they're not doing that anymore. I think there are some games out there that are full still, hopefully, but we're talking about video games. But we're talking about Imprint. It's just increased from 1,000 to 2,000, and that means when you get your box set, which that thing does look good, it's gonna have a number on there. You know what I'm saying? So if you get 99 or you get 89 or you get 1,050, you still got that number imprinted on there. Let's just say hypothetically that they don't make no more. That's still a nice little box set. I don't know if I could deal with looking at that Halloween thing because I only put Halloween up when it's season. Like September 1st, I really try to really get into watch, my Halloween phase on. I'm not in a big hurry for this year to go buy either. But, I heard somebody say, won't somebody please think of the scalpers? And then they said Imprint upsetting a lot of scalpers is a win to me. But it's just, I don't see 2,000 copies is still pretty limited to me. It's like this guy said, he says, I'm pretty sure there's only 2,000 of something. It's still limited. And it's true. It's true. And like I said, if I had $400, which is kind of hard to come up with these days. I mean, you got to pay your rent, you got to buy food, you got to buy. I went to the grocery store today, man. I mean, I'm talking about, I had a list, man. I'm like, dang, man. Now I'm trying to, do some other things, and everything costs. So I'm just saying that I think that's nice that Imprint's doing that. But like I said, 1 or 2 or 3 things could have happened. They could have seen the scalper. They could have seen a couple of scalpers scarfed up a few, or they could have just looked on their site and seen it was completely wiped off. It's like, wow, man. Those 1,000 at 1,000 Imprint editions just went right out the window. And they might say that didn't take very long to get that out there. And I have all the Halloween movies. I Matter of fact, I just bought a Blu-ray that's got Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, and Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers on Blu-ray. The only reason why I would buy that is because I'm in love with steelbooks. I love steelbooks. Ever since I bought a couple of them, I fell in love with them. I don't buy everything steelbook, but I love steelbooks. And I love the artwork and all that because I like collecting physical copies. So, again, what I'm trying to make a point about is that if you got 150,000 actual physical collectors out there, even the casual ones, and you only make 2,000 copies Imprint makes, that means 2,000 people's getting their hands on that nice collection. Now, there might be a lot of people out there that says, I'm not dropping $400 for that box set because I already got the 4Ks in my house. And some people could say, I'm not dropping $400 on that box set because later on somebody else is going to do something where you can get all 5 of those movies on a steelbook collector or whatever, and it might be cheaper, you know. That's another company might end up doing something else. But it is a pretty nice, you know, it looks like Imprint did a really good job of being creative and how they made that. And so I think this is a win for us, you know what I mean? I think it's a win for people who are, who really want that. You know, like I said, if I didn't have this couch, that whole wall over there and part of this wall, I'd have a shelf about this tall. Now I would put that Halloween thing on there, especially if that room was out of sight, out of mind. And what I mean by that, if I had a room this big, let's say I had 3 rooms and I had a room the size of my living room, and I could make that into a, actually I would take my gym room. If it was this big, I'd move all my gym equipment in there. And then if I had a 3rd room, the side of my gym room, then I would put all my physical collectors in there. And I'd have a nice little setup. But I like this setup I got now. But anyway, it's just a quick video about Imprint. I guess they're adding 1,000 more, you know, so-called limited edition. And to me, it still is a limited edition. And $400, man, I mean, I'm not going to lie. If I had $400, man, I would get it. And I would give my daughter the Halloweens that I have here. Because I'm trying to get my daughter into collecting movies so she can have something to watch when she, might be like, Dad, the streaming services. She might be wanting to downgrade on streaming services, save a little bit of money, and if she starts a little collection, then she could, still watch those movies, So, yeah, I would give my daughter all the Halloweens. But what they need to come out with is a Halloween box set like this right here, Friday the 13th, with all of them. All of them. I'm talking all the original Halloweens, all the ones after the original Halloween, and even the ones at the end. The Halloween Kills, the Halloween Ends, all of them. All of them in a box set. I'm talking state-of-the-art. Really get into it. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't have 3 or 4 discs that's like this, and then one's okay, and then a couple of them's not like this, and they went back. I'm talking about top-notch 4K quality, do your thing type of, collect, box set. If they did that, I ain't gonna lie, I would buy that. I would buy that in a heartbeat, especially if I got like a box set like this of a 4K Halloween. I'm talking about, the old Halloweens and all of them. Every Halloween that was made, all of them. And a box set, steelbook, oh yeah, I'd definitely be all over that. Cause see, I pre-ordered the freaking Nightmare on Elm Street box set. I got my invoice number and all that bad. I got that bad boy. Now that bad boy's coming in here. And I'm glad I put that pre-order in fast, Because one time I put a pre-order in and it didn't come. And so I just kind of like, man, that's messed up. I said to myself, And so I ended up getting it. I ended up getting it like, I don't know, like a couple weeks later. I don't know what happened. Maybe they just didn't. I ended up getting it and I was really happy with it. I was like, wow, there it is. I was kind of sorry though, because Amazon's really pretty good at doing that, getting your stuff to them. But you know, they didn't get that one to me. It was that I think it was Friday 13th. Uh, that one that everybody was wanting. Uh, that Friday the 13th. Which one is that? Hold on for a second. Let me look. I can't stand when I get in front of this camera and my mind goes blank. But I ordered this and I was upset I didn't get it. This. The reason why I'm rubbing it like this, man, because I love physical collecting, you know. But I got this and it didn't come in. And I was like, I did say a couple choice words and I was like, you know what, man, you know, I was like, ugh. Anyway, I don't know what I said, but I know I didn't said some words that I don't want to say. So anyway, I didn't get it. And I really, you know, I wanted it because of it's just the box art, the box art. I mean, look at that thing, man. If you can put your hands through the screen, you can feel it. And I liked it. And it's just a great box set. There's a sleeve, and then look at that, man. Man, come on, man. Come on. Look at that bad boy. I ain't even watched this yet. Look at that. Look at that, man. Come on, man. And then it's got, open it up. It's got, come on, man. Seriously. And so it ended up coming. I was like, really, I ain't gonna lie, I was really happy, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, yeah, man, it's coming, man. Because I kept looking. Once Amazon said it's coming, ain't none of that, you know. And you know, I was like, I said, holy smokes, I'm still getting it, you know. And then I end up getting it, and then I got this one thing inside, which for some reason don't want to come out. I don't know why. Don't want to mess it up, but it's not coming out. I wonder why you're not coming out. There's a little booklet in here. Let me hold. Sorry about that. It didn't want to. I don't understand why it didn't want to come out. That makes zero sense to me. But anyway, you got this, and then you got that, and the only reason why I'm doing like, and then if you look right here, you can open it up. Try to be real careful because I'm real particular about my stuff. But then if you look, you got that inside there, and then you got, they package these things. They put some quality in packing them. But then I did an unboxing. I didn't do an unboxing video, but I did do a video on this. If you take this out, it's got all the stuff. I mean, you know, when you build up a set like this, man, and you know, it's got all these cards and, you know, got John Saxon. He was in that Enter the Dragon. You got that, and then you got that right there, and then you got. I just, that's why I like collecting, man. It's work with me. You got that right there, and I think that's a young Johnny Depp. I could be wrong though, but pictures. And then one of these days, man, I might have to get me a little desk and start filming because I get tired of getting in front of this camera and dropping stuff. But you know, just the way it is. And then you got another hand, and then you got that girl there. See, dropping stuff. That's why I need a freaking. I'm gonna get me a little desk next time I start doing this. It's got the name of each character that was in the movie. You got that. You got Freddy, baby, Freddy. And it's just, it actually gives you the actual, it says Lightmare Limited Collection Edition. You see that? That's why I'm making this video. Look at that. Look, see? Hope it ain't. See? Look at that. That's why I'm making this video. And then on top of that, you have the booklet. And it just shows you all the pictures in there and stuff. And it's just really cool, man. It's just really cool. You know, look at that. You know, and basically all these pictures are the same ones that's in there, but you know, it's just see. Anyway, that's about it. I had shown this once before, but limited edition can be 6,000 copies. And the reason why I'm saying limited edition can be 6,000 copies, because if you got 6,000 copies versus 150,000 actual collectors, and that's including casual collectors, because you might have diehard collectors in that 150,000 collectors, 150,000 physical collectors. And you got casual collectors, and then you got your diehard collectors. But you might have a few casual collectors that be like, oh, I want that. And you got the diehard going, oh, I'm going to get that. So it still falls in a category of being in the limited category. It's as simple as that, you know. And I don't know, you guys. When you say limited edition, man. Oh man, look at that box art, man. I'm telling you, man. I was so happy when they told me it was coming, because I was like, man, I can't believe I was like, what the? I was like, I remember I was like, it was supposed to come a certain day, man, and it said, sorry about your order, won't be able to deliver and stuff. We'll get back with you soon. So I just blew it off. Yeah, I blew it off because I said I ain't gonna get it, because when I seen it being advertised, I was thinking that, you know, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get that thing now, because maybe, you know, it's seriously a limited edition and it's everybody bought it up. Because when you sit there and you say there's only 4,000 copies or something, or 3,000 copies, you might say to yourself, there might be, you know, they might have had 4,000 people that wanted it, and only 3,000 people was able to get it, but maybe you just missed it. So, but I didn't miss it, baby. I didn't miss it at all. So anyway, in defense of Imprint making 1,000 more to close this out, I think that's awesome. Congratulations to those guys. Now, I know some people can look at the negative part. Well, but you got to understand, man, they're making $400 a pop, man. Come on, man. You know, they're probably just looking at the cash. If I come in, somebody tell me, hey, man, you know that stuff we just made? I say, yeah. It's sold out, man. I mean, boom, just like that. I mean, look, really? All of them sold out. Yep, at $400 a pop. I was like, huh. It makes you, as a company, sit back and go, I wonder if we should make some more. Because let's just say hypothetically, it costs, I'm not saying this, I'm using this as an example. Okay, let me put it this way. When I was a meathead, back in the day, I was working at a gym. I live in Ohio, I got in contact with this chick in Ohio. And she said, hey, you a manager at this gym? I said, yeah, man. She goes, well, I could sell you some of these gym clothes. I said, oh. She said, I'll sell you these gym, you know, stuff from LA. It was different, you know, at that time, it was like, wow, man, it was sweatshirts, do-bags, all kinds of stuff with different type of bodybuilder name. And then she was on the phone. She goes, you can sell it at this price, and the gym makes this much money. I said, really? She goes, yeah. She goes, also, if you want to sell it to a couple of friends, she goes, you can actually sell it at this price. This is what this chick told me in LA. And I said, well, how much would it cost me to get, get it from you or something like that? And then she was telling me how much money she would get from me and stuff. And I ended up doing business with her, man. I don't know how I ended up getting that stuff from her. That's been a long time. So I'm just using this as an example. Let's just say Imprint has only got $400 for what they're wanting, right? So let's say they're sinking, let's say they're sinking $85 in that total. That's probably not true. So if they sink $80 in making that box art and all, maybe it's not that much. Maybe it doesn't cost as much as we think, right? And then they sell it for $400. They got to make a profit. So you know that they're making a profit. And that's why I'm using that example. So I never think about that stuff. I never think about, I just wonder how much money that they're getting for this because I want it. They're making something that I want. I have no time for all that negative stuff. Well, I just wonder how much it really cost them to make that. They charging us $300-$400. Like, I forgot how much. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I forgot how much I paid for this, but I know it wasn't cheap. See what I mean? But guess what? They did a good job on packaging. They did a good job of being creative about how they made the box art. They was pretty daggone good about putting all kind of stuff in here. So if anybody that walks in here, which they don't, will come in and goes, man, you got this big? So yeah, man, can I check it out? So yeah, just be real careful. And I check it out. I said, oh, dude, I love this, man. I would love to have this, man. Wow, man, they got the blah, blah, and the blah, blah. I said, yeah, man, you know, and whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's just that, you know, for sake of, this is not about the guy that I follow over here and looking at his video. It's that for Imprint to make a thousand more, either they sold out extremely fast or they went on site and seen on eBay that somebody had like 80 of them on eBay and said that will be available at this time. So that means eBay, whoever's on eBay, which is a scalper, I'm not saying this happened, they might say, damn, this dude bought 80 of them. And so they'd be like, this person bought 80 of them, and then he's going to jack up the price. He's making even more money than we're making. So they kind of, I don't think the scalpers did this. I have no idea. But Imprint's making 1,000 more for us to have a chance to get at it, you know. Because I ain't going to lie, since I've seen that article, I've been on a Halloween kick. I didn't realize how good, I just found out how good Halloween 2 was, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's a quick video about that. So what do you guys think at the end of the day? Do you think that's awful nice of them? Because even 5,000 copies would be limited edition. Think about that. 5,000 copies still would be a limited edition. So 2,000, me, I think that's just a drop in the bucket to me, you know. Because I still say there's a lot more actual physical collectors who like having physical collectors in their physical copies in their house. So it gives them a chance to, I've watched videos on YouTube where I was looking at people's rooms and how they got their rooms. I said, man, that is a pretty slick setup. I mean, I seen one guy, he had a video / gaming -- he had all his game system. He had his movies collection. He had his video collection. He had like a creature of an alien, like size of an alien like this. Guy had a picture of a predator. He had a sculpture of an alien, a predator head. When you walk, I said, man, that's pretty slick. So if you had the room and you owned the house and that's what you was into, man, there's nothing wrong with sinking that kind of money in it. I've been trying to redo this truck out here. They don't make Ford Rangers no more. And every time I go to the gas station, people say, man, I like that little Ford Ranger, man. I say, yeah, it's getting there is what I said. It's getting there. I've seen some Ford Rangers make mine look bad, but mine's looking good though. Mine's looking good, but guess what? It takes money. Another $4,000, that bad boy be in mint condition because I want to get the interior done, and I want to get some rims, and I want to get new headlights because those are, I don't even want to get nothing to clean them up. I just want brand new ones. And I got 3 body spots on my truck, and that bad boy be, I mean, it's a nice little Ford Ranger because they don't make them no more. You see what I mean? So if it's something that you really like and you have a passion for, don't worry about how much money you drop for it. It's something that you like. You see what I mean? So in defense of Imprint making 1,000 more copies, 1,000 more, instead of 1,000, now you got 2,000. Like I told you guys, what if you got 250,000 actual physical collectors out there that didn't get a chance to get their hands on it? Now you got a chance to get your hands on it. Some people are not going to drop $400, and I don't blame them. I ain't. I mean, if I had a room and I had an actual room to just like a room. Oh yeah. But I really think this is the tip of the iceberg, because somebody else later on, another year from now, come out with another box set or something that looks even better. But Imprint did a good job with that. So anyway, God bless, take care, and we'll catch you next video. Talk to you soon.